One of the most frustrating problems that I run into as a guitar YouTube demo channel is that sometimes I get really cool stuff in the mail and I can't open it up and check it out until I'm ready to film. I've been sitting on this box for like 2 or 3 weeks now. I got it just before NAMM, I think, and I'm finally ready to open it up and check it out. This is a Distortion / overdrive pedal by Summer School Electronics. I got to meet them at NAMM, actually. I got to party with them at the Earthquaker Devices pedal builders party, which is always a lot of fun. They were there, we got to hang out, we got to have cool fun and food and drinks together, and they were telling me more about the pedal. I was like, I was already excited, now I'm really excited. It is a Rat style pedal and a Tube Screamer style pedal, and you get to blend them together. And if that doesn't sound fun to you, then I just don't know how to make you happy. Because that sounds like a riot to me. All right. Got a note here. Thank you so much for purchasing a Summer School Electronics product. Each one is hand-built by me, a full-time math teacher and part-time pedal builder and working musician in Syracuse, New York. And the rest of the note is secret information only for people who buy them. You want to know what the note says? You've got to buy one. We've got a description in here, it looks like. I'll read that. Here we go. The science fair. I love it. I love the art. Very creative. It's got the notebook paper thing going on there. We've got a rat in a lab coat. It's got a little slice of cheese in his pocket. Very cute. Is doing test tube stuff. Is mixing green with black, which is what's going on with this pedal. I'm assuming this is the Tube Screamer side and this is the rat side, and he's blending them together. That's some good art. Also got a pick here and a sticker. I'll put those aside for when I feel like using them. What does the note say? The Science Fair is a unique overdrive / distortion from Summer School Electronics that allows you to blend 2 classic overdrive flavors into a unique sound. The left side of the pedal with black knobs is referred to as the Lab Rat. Of course it is. A hard clipping, crispy distortion. The right side with the green knobs is the Test Tube. All right. We've got the Lab Rat and the Test Tube. Soft clipping mid-range overdrive with a mid-hump boost. The 2 sides are run in parallel with individual drive and tone knobs. So they're not running into each other, they're running parallel and then being mixed into the output. Where was I? The 2 sides are run in parallel with individual drive and tone knobs, and the center silver knob column features a master blend and volume. By completely turning the blend to the left or right, the user can use Summer School Electronics versions of these classic circuits, but the Science Fair really comes alive by blending the 2 pedals and adjusting the individual drive and tone knobs. This allows the Science Fair to give aggressive distortion while maintaining the clarity of the notes. The Science Fair allows the user to find their signature sound while also being a unique pedal that can provide a variety of options in recording and live applications. So let's get into it. I want to hear this thing. That has been the clean tone from my Player Plus Strat into the 2 Princeton's rig. And that's enough of that. I'm too excited to let the 2 Princetons run all day. I want to check out the Science Fair. Might as well start on the bridge pickup. All right, here we go. All the knobs are all the way down. Let's take them to noon across the board, or midnight, depending on where you live and your time zone and whatnot. A little bit more volume, and I think I'll check my tuning once again. But I can't wait to start adjusting this thing. One of the reasons I'm really excited about this pedal is because, yeah, you've got the rat side, the lab rat. You're gonna have bright, crispy, heavy, loose grit distortion, if it sounds like a fairly standard rat. And then you've got the tube screamer side, which is gonna have that mid hump, that very focused kind of nasal quality that pushes through the mix, and a light, fizzy, fill in the loose spaces in between that loose grit style overdrive, and then blending them together. I think I'm anticipating a lot of really cool potential here. So let's start getting wild. Let's isolate each side and see what we're dealing with here. Let's start with the tube screamer side, the test tube. Yep, that's the tube screamer. Let's try it on the neck pickup. Oh yeah. My noodling is out of control today. Lower gain here. It's got some hair on it. I like that growl with the tone all the way down. With the tone all the way down. That's interesting. It's got a nice growl to it. It's bright. Plenty to work with there. Let's return something. Let's return it to somewhere normal. And then we'll sweep the blend all the way over to the lab rat. A little bit bright. It's doing the classic rat thing over here on the lab rat side, where the tone knob is reversed, or the filter knob, depending on how you think of it. So you've got dark on the right instead of bright on the right. Something very important to remember while you're adjusting your science fair. It's plenty woolly with that filter all the way off. Off or on? Is tone down off or on? I think tone down is on. Feels like there's a hump right about there. Sometimes rat style circuits can be a lot of fun with the gain pretty far down. Yeah, not bad. You see this little bit of like fattening. Gotta have the volume all the way up for that sound though. All right, let's start fudging around with mixing them together, doing some experiments. Here we go, blending in that tube screamer. Ooh. Like that's a distortion. I'm not going to say it's not a distortion anymore, but it feels more complex. Go back to the full lab rat side. Yeah, that fizziness of the test tube side is mixing in just underneath that loose distortion-y grit from the lab rat. And making something more complex, more nuanced than just a straight distortion. Let's keep going. Yeah, that's starting to sound more like an amp overdrive or distortion. I like how single coils hit it a lot. Back to the bridge humbucker. Sounds bluesy and soulful on that next single, and just distorted in punk rock on the bridge humbucker. Keep experimenting. That's what this pedal's all about, experimenting. I have a feeling my personal flavor is going to be with the blend pushed more towards the lab rat with that test tube screamer being mixed in underneath it. Yeah. right? Because I like that loose, bright, crispy grit. But having that fizzy mid-hump fill it in. Sounds great. Of course, it's the sort of thing where once I dial it in with a band mix, I might get humbled. I might find out that the test tube side sounds better, more prominent in the mix than the Lab Rat. That sort of stuff happens all the time, where it sounds great to me one way at home, and then you start getting the bass and the drums and other guitars in the mix and vocals, and it's like, well, now I know why Tube Screamers are so popular, because they just work. So let's start doing some like wacky, weird experimenting here. Now that I've gotten a gist of how they kind of balance and what I like with these on somewhat normal settings, I want to experiment with stacking. It's not stacking, but mixing very, very bright into very, very dark to see what happens. So let's go all the way bright on the test tube and all the way dark, which happens to be all the way right, on the knob on the Lab Rat. See if I can talk in this video. I'll put the gain to middle on both of them. Just kidding, I'm cranking the gain. Sounds kind of heavy. In this application, I'm using the blend control as a tone control because this is my bright and this is my dark, and I'm blending between them. Of course, I could bring this a little brighter if I wanted to. That feels like if my amps were really loud, I'd get some fun feedback off of that. For a quick comparison, we'll blend it all the way back to the Lab Rat so you can hear that test tube side, the Tube Screamer side, is bringing something special into the mix. try reversing it now. We're gonna go bright on the Lab Rat and all the way dark on the test tube screamer. Amazed at how different this pedal reacts and sounds with a humbucker versus a single. Like, you can usually expect the difference, but it's like night and day. Must be very gain sensitive, which is fun. I flew a little bit too close to the sun on that one. I thought I could just jump into tappy, tappy, tapping. Dude, it sounds amazing. And I know I'm just barely scratching the surface of what could probably be done with this. There's all sorts of tricks hiding in this thing, I'm sure. mixing different levels of gain, different mixes of tone against each other, different extreme settings across the blend control and whatnot. It's what I hoped it would be. I've been excited staring at this box for weeks now, and it's doing exactly what I hoped it would do. It sounds great. It really does. And like, I cannot wait to get this in the mix with one of my bands, to just like start racking knobs and finding that secret little frequency where it just cut through the mix and the gain just mixes just right. I got the right amount of like fizzy low end stuff mixing in with bright and crispy loose grit and that little bit of like that kind of nasal quality going on, that cocked wah quality. That's the sort of stuff that does magic things in a band mix. I want to have some fun now, because I could sit here and just explore and explore and explore and, you know, do science experiments with the science fair here. Summer School Electronics had a very fortunate interaction with JHS pedals in that Josh featured this pedal on their show, and that helped them get to where they are right now, where, you know, they can make pedals and stuff and make money doing it, which is fantastic, which is like one of the amazing things about what they do over there at the JHS channel, is that they expose so many people to new and exciting things and so many small builders. Like it's really fantastic. Like you can't deny it. So I've got the JHS Vulture here. The Vulture? Never know quite how to say it. Let's experiment with some voltage starving and see what happens. I have no idea what's gonna happen here, but maybe something cool will happen. It'll be a nice little fun nod to JHS for helping getting these guys on the good path to making pedals that they can sell and that people want. It's quieter, but it sounds thicker. It's gonna be a big volume jump here. It sounds thicker and it's fuzzier. There's a little, that bridge pickup is a little bit microphonic sometimes. It's got this bit of this almost like fuzz face, nasty grit happening. Like the looseness of the grit has increased a little bit. Like there, the grit feels a bit tighter. Yeah, I like that. It's nastier. Starve it all the way, see what happens. It kills it. That's what happens. Try something different here. the Voltura works great with that. I mean, with the volume jump, it's the sort of thing where you're going to set it and forget it unless you need a volume jump in your mix, in your setup, whatever you're doing, in your recording, in your performance. But yeah, that's fun. Kind of dial out the grit to be a little bit looser. It brings in some low end. Maybe not brings it in, but maybe allows low end to pass through a little bit more. I think that's a good match. I need to remember to start incorporating this in various pedal videos. So what do you guys think? I'm having a great time. I'm excited. I can't wait to use this in a live scenario, in a band scenario. I think it's really cool. I think there needs to be more of this going on. More pedals that give you this parallel mixing sort of thing. Just mixing dark and bright, different types of clipping, that tight, fizzy, test tube style clipping versus the bright and gritty distortion lab rat style. Distortion grit clipping that you get there. It's a really fun match. I think that's a really cool concept. If you disagree with me, tell me down in the comment section. I can't imagine why someone would disagree with that. Like, this thing has sounded fantastic this entire time, in my opinion anyways. So huge thanks to Summer School Electronics for sending this out to me. And you know what? Thanks for watching. I truly, truly appreciate it. This channel would be nothing without people like you clicking on the videos and watching them all the way through, because that's what all of you do, right? Watch them all the way through. I see the stats. I know that's not what's going on. But I will say, if you want to know when these videos launch and you want to be the first to see them, or you want to jump into the premiere chat where we all get to hang out and socialize and talk about the video, or talk about completely off-topic stuff while the video launches for the first time, I really suggest, if you want to be some of those people, go down, click the bell, set it to all so you get notifications when I launch videos. And other than that, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, dislike, leave me rude and nasty comments. Support us on Patreon. Buy a shirt if you're naked, and stay grounded. Bye, everybody.